Hi, a little video here of using your recycled coloured papers that you've been collecting hopefully into scales and popping them on a fish. I've done one here and I think this was from fast food brochure that came through the door, and it had two colours which I've made use of. So I've got everything stuck down and it's slightly bigger than its pair. Can you see I've trimmed it? So I think the first thing we need to do is to actually trim it to size, otherwise we might go over the edge and they won't fit. So draw round your finished one and then just trim it. You might want to trim the whole lot once you've glued both sides together. Okay, so got a little pencil mark here. I'm just going to remove that. So before I started, I laid everything out before I glued it. I had made sure I had two of everything. So I needed two little frilly bits. I needed 5 red. Well, I've got more than 5 red, and I needed 4 green. Now the tail I actually used from here. 1, 2, 3. And I sliced very carefully down. Very, very thin. Just make sure I've got enough. Always best to lay it out dry. And then I need 1, 2, 3, 4 green. So just going to cut this in half and then go from opposite corners. This is tricky. Ask for some help or make them bigger. So once you've cut all your little scales out, you can play around with pattern, position, swapping them over until you're happy with the final result, and then you can stick them down. Right. Can you see they're just not wanting to lie flat, but that's okay. We'll get a lick of glue on there. There we go. So these are very tricky to pick up. I thought a wet paintbrush might pick them up, but actually a damp fingertip is all you need. And then you can position them. Tweezers, if you've got tweezers, maybe that would be helpful. The only thing we need to remember is that you've got to get mirror image. So if the eye is on this side, it's going to be on the other side on this fish. I think I made a mistake on one of my previous fishes where the eyes were on the same side, so it would be very lopsided. Okay. This is very simple, but I think it's quite effective. If you don't have enough of one colour or 2 colours, use 3 or just jumble them up. It doesn't have to be exact, it could be multicoloured. Now, I'll just show you how I did, and that one's a bit, I'll just show you how I did the fins. So I started off with a square, and then I put my thumb on it, and then I just cut round my thumb. Looks like a capital D. So some of you are obviously going to have bigger thumbs. You could draw around it if need be. You could use your little finger and draw around it, if that helps, but adjust it as you go along. There we go. Now the eye is particularly tricky. Oh, you could draw it in. I find it very difficult to cut very, very small things. No, that's not the best eye. Yes, I think maybe drawing it in. So remember, your eye will go on the opposite side. There we go. So I've just picked up row at a time, glued it down, and then it should match. So there we go. Simple and easy. The only thing you need to remember is you need 2 of everything. So you might start cutting them out and sticking them on here and then realise you haven't got enough. So you could lay them out on 2 sheets. So once you've cut all your scales out, you could divide them between 2 sheets of paper. And then start sticking them on your fish halves. And then you'll be right. Okay, so lots of different colours. Have a little play. If you have time to do it by Wednesday, I'd love to see them. I'm looking forward to seeing how you're getting on and what other ideas you can help. I think I've got a bit of sunlight coming here, haven't I? Oops, never mind. Okay then, guys. See you soon.